So hey Longhair Nation, during my last video, I talked about the new ECHO PB-9010 backpack blower that they announced during their Game Has Changed event, where they announced 13 new products, including that new very powerful and impressive ECHO PB-9010. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link down below in the description and at the end of this video where you can go and watch that video. Now, in the comment section of that video, there was a lot of discussion and questions asked about this new ECHO PB-9010. And there was a lot of questions and discussion surrounding that blower as a whole on other people's videos that were put out on the PB-9010. So I recently had the opportunity during one of the monthly ECHO UAG meetings to sit down and ask questions of some of the ECHO product managers for the PB-9010 backpack blower. So I took 5 of the questions that I saw in the comment section of my video, as well as in discussions around other people's videos, and asked them of those product managers, and thought that in this video I would give you guys an update on the PB-9010 and let you know how they answered those questions. So one of the questions I got was, will this backpack blower be available in Europe? And the answer is yes. They said the PB-9010 will be available in Europe, but they couldn't give me an exact date or time of when that will happen. But rest assured, this beast of a backpack blower will be available in Europe. The next question was, why did they release this blower right after leaf season? This is a question I saw discussed multiple times. And basically the short answer is because that's when it was ready. They said that they only release products when they're actually ready for market. And they got this one done right at the end of leaf season. And that's when it was ready to go to market and was ready to ship out. They didn't want to release a product and have it months down the line that you'd be able to buy it. So they released it when it was ready to sell. The next question I got was, because of the amount of power and specs of this unit, is it physically bigger than the previous PB-8010? Some people were concerned that they can barely fit the PB-8010 in their backpack blower racks, and were concerned that if they upgrade to a 9010, that it's not going to fit. ECHO told me that the physical dimensions of the PB-9010 are exactly the same as the PB-8010 as far as the footprint and all that part of it goes. And they basically said that, in regards to the racks, that if you can get your 8010 in one of those backpack blower racks, then rest assured the 9010 will fit exactly the same. Now, during ECHO's announcement, they also said that the new PB-9010 would be replacing the previous PB-8010 model. Now, as we all know, ECHO introduced that PB-8010 in the fall of 2018. But last year, during the fall of 2019, they released the Shindawa version of the PB-8010. So I asked, if the 9010 is replacing the ECHO 8010, does that mean that the Shindawa version will be around still, that they'll keep that model? And they unfortunately said no, that the Shindawa, I believe it's an EB810 model, will be discontinued, just like the PB8010 model is discontinued. But on the plus side, you can, rest assured that that probably means that a Shindawa version of this PB-9010 will be available at some point in the future. So the next question is one that is on a lot of people's minds. According to the specs of the PB-9010, it is now 2 pounds heavier than the previous PB-8010. Now, one of the key features of the PB-8010 when they originally announced it 2 years ago was that even though it was much larger looking than their previous previous large blower, which was the PB-770, that it was the exact same weight as the PB-770 because it utilized a carbon fiber frame and carbon fiber fan housing. So with the PB-9010, it is no longer utilizing any carbon fiber, whether in the frame or in the fan housing. They said with the previous PB-8010 backpack blower that unit was already pushing the limits of carbon fiber with the power that unit generated. It was at the upper limit of what you could use carbon fiber for. They said carbon fiber has a lot of great characteristics, of course, with you know, a lot of strength, but also, you know, lightweight being the key feature. But they said with the PB-9010, it's just generating so much power that carbon fiber just isn't an option to use for the frame or for the fan housing on this unit. So they went to a fiberglass plastic type of blend that they've used on other backpack blowers. It's proven to be very, very durable and can handle the power of the PB-9010, but of course it comes at a cost, and that is extra weight. Now, as an important side note, they also stated that when they seeded some of these blowers to local landscape companies as prototypes for them to try and get some initial feedback to them, they said that the feedback that they got was almost completely consistent, that all of them noticed a large increase in power over the PB-8010, and not one person said anything about those extra 2 pounds of weight. Bonus question. So if you watched ECHO's live presentation or you watched my video, you would have saw that I used some clips from their live presentation where they were doing what they called a Newton force test, where they took their PB-9010 and they said they put it up against their competitors' most powerful blowers. Now, they didn't actually say what models they were testing it against, but in the video you could see the label on the Redmax blower said an EBZ8550, and on the Stihl blower that they tested it on, you couldn't see the model number, but you could see that it said Magnum and it was clearly a Stihl blower. So when I did my video, I just went to Stihl's website and looked up their most expensive backpack blower and assumed that that is the most powerful blower that they have. And the model number was a 800CE, and that's what I called that blower in that video. A lot of you guys commented that that's not a CE model that they're using, that it's an 800X model, and that the CE is much more powerful. So I went back to Stihl's website and I looked up the 800X. It was the second most expensive model, and it was touted as a lightweight version of basically the CE, and the specs were all exactly the same across the board except for weight. The amount of CFM it's putting out, the Newton force that they have listed that it's putting out, even the miles per hour that it was putting out were exactly the same as the XE. And when I asked ECHO about this, they said the exact same thing. The specs are exactly the same on both of those blowers. Now, a lot of people have said that, you know, the tube is different on the end of the CE and it gives it more power and all this and that. And ECHO basically said that, you know, you might get a little bit of difference from, you know, the nozzle on the end of the blower, but it wouldn't be significant enough to change any of the results. But if there was a significant difference, I would think that Stihl would advertise that. If it actually showed that the CE was more powerful than the X version, why wouldn't they have that listed on their website? Even if it was just a couple of newtons, you know, stronger or more CFM or more miles per hour. But the, you know, fact remains that the specs on Stihl's own website, which means that their testing showed that the specs are exactly the same. Now, that's not to say that if you use that blower and it's got a different tube, that you might find the way that it directs the air and stuff is better, and it may seem like it has more power, but in their actual controlled testing, whether it's ECHO doing it or Stihl doing it, they're saying that the specs on those two models are exactly the same. So there you have it, Lawn Care Nation, the new ECHO PB-9010 and some of your most common questions asked on this new powerful backpack blower. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the new ECHO PB-9010. Do you think it's too much blower to have strapped to your back, or is it just right for those big crazy leaf jobs? So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.